You check your mail and find a letter from the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. It features a glaring red stamp, Notice of Scheduled Suspension. Your ability to drive to work, pick up your kids, and live your daily life is suddenly at risk. This letter marks the beginning of an administrative timeline where you can challenge the state's decision before it takes effect. Look closely at the exact date of mailing printed at the top. This date starts a strict countdown. For most scheduled suspensions, you have exactly 25 days to submit a response. If your case involves a fatal accident, you have only 10 days. If you submit the correct legal request before that clock runs out, the state is required to pause the suspension. This allows you to keep your license and continue driving while your case is processed. Acting within this legal window maintains your right to drive while you prepare your defense. The first required action is sending a formal hearing request to the MVC by certified mail before your specific deadline expires. Most drivers fail at this stage because of the hardship trap shown on the left. They ask for mercy because they need to drive to their job or care for a relative. Under the New Jersey Administrative Code, the MVC will reject a request based entirely on personal hardship. They lack the legal authority to grant a hearing simply because losing your license is a burden. If your request is granted, you will be scheduled for a pre-hearing conference at a regional MVC center, such as Trenton, Eatontown, or Wayne. You will meet with a driver improvement analyst. This state employee reviews your driving record and the facts you disputed in your letter to determine the next steps. This meeting is a critical legal stage. Because there is no formal record of what is said, drivers often accidentally admit fault, providing the state with the evidence it needs to move forward with the suspension. The analyst typically uses this meeting to offer a settlement. This usually involves a reduced suspension period rather than a full dismissal of the case. Legal representation prepares you for the analyst's questions and negotiates the terms of the settlement, working to minimize or eliminate the suspension period. The pre-hearing conference is a strategic negotiation where knowing what information to withhold protects your right to drive. If you reject the analyst's settlement, your case leaves the internal departments of the MVC and is transferred to the Office of Administrative Law. The OAL is an independent state agency. Your case is assigned to an administrative law judge who evaluates the matter outside of the Motor Vehicle Commission's hierarchy. This starts formal litigation. You have the right to subpoena records, call witnesses, and cross-examine the police officers involved in your original tickets. During discovery, your legal team can demand access to the state's internal evidence, allowing for a defense that goes beyond the standard review of your driving record. At the OAL, your case is heard in a formal courtroom where an independent judge evaluates the evidence presented by both sides. Once the hearing is over, the judge issues an initial decision, which is sent to the head of the MVC for review. The MVC head receives the judge's decision and can accept, modify, or reject the ruling. If they reject a favorable ruling, you can appeal into the court system. Your OAL hearing transcripts form the foundation for this judicial appeal. Your attorney then files an appeal with the Appellate Division of the New Jersey Superior Court, asking state judges to overrule the MVC's final decision. Completing this administrative process is the mandatory legal requirement before you can present your case to the state's higher courts. Successfully defending your license requires moving from the initial notice through a specific multi-step legal process. Attempting to handle this timeline on your own, especially by asking for leniency, leads to an immediate denial and a valid suspension. Find your notice right now and confirm the mailing date printed at the top.